ran out there. Could have done with a little more downhill, down green. 12-2 on the stimp, which is fast enough.
Aaron Wright for his birdie. Good finish for him. 2 under par, that'd be about average score today. But a great season he's had.
Back to the third, Danny Willett.
Yeah, and he's got a good look at this. Gently out of the left, ever so gently downhill. The flag is in a little bowl today. I'm sure we've seen plenty of birdies today on this hole. Not the ideal start for Danny.
Great try, great try. It's a beautiful camera angle there. Just saw the rock of the shoulders. Beautiful tempo.
Rasmus Højgaard into the fourth, hunting his first birdie of the day. And there is every chance he'll get it there. Martin Keimer with a par putt at the third. And having dropped a shot at the second, that's quite important for Keimer in terms of momentum, albeit very early stages of his opening round.
Sure is. Not many people getting to 2 over par today. That's not going to be a nice position to be in. Lefty. Just can't see the bottom of the flagstick here at the fourth. That always plays with your brain a little.
Likes to play a little draw. McIntyre, just a soft one. Good shot. Takes the course on, McIntyre, like that.
And so far, this one's down the hill for Lee. All about how brave you want to be, left or right. As Radar was saying, they are just starting to quicken up a little bit. So above the hole is not the place to be.
Anthony makes a very good point there. I think actually the players coming out in the afternoon, I've seen the hot scoring this morning, and it does affect your grip on the putter. It does affect how you approach the course. A little bit more pressure applied to the afternoon starters as a result of the incredible scoring this morning.
Almost a second serve after seeing Lee's McIntyre's almost a similar line, just a fraction further down the hill. A little straighter for the left-hander here.
Second birdie of the day, moves back under par, Robert McIntyre.
Yeah, you just see the scores before you go out in the afternoon. As good as they are, you just press a little bit on the greens. You're just trying to press for those birdies all the time, and as Andy was saying, it just puts a bit of pressure on you. If you don't make those birdies, you just feel you're falling further and further behind, and you've only played 3 holes.
Well, Robert McIntyre was the Rookie of the Year in 2019. This man, Rasmus Højgaard, looks like he's very much going to be his successor with those 2 victories in his rookie season.
That's a great start, isn't it? McIntyre, he was second 3 times, didn't break into the winner's circle at that stage. Wonderful fight to the end with Kurt Kitayama. But this man also, as you said, Dominic, younger generation, very excited about watching him play for the very next future.
First birdie of the day for Højgaard. So he's back to level par as they wander over to the first of the par 5s on the front line, the 5th. But it is Andy Sullivan after that stunning 61 who leads by a couple from Rosner and Wallace. Scalise with 2 holes to go in pretty good shape. Sean Crocker played well, as I mentioned, at Leopard Creek last week. His good friend Sam Horsfield, they travel over from the States quite a bit, are side by side on that leaderboard. James Morrison has shown some encouraging signs. He's a two-time winner.
He's off to a slow start. Plenty of time to turn it around, though.
Good balance, that swing from Willet. It's a bit of a collection area where that flag is. Just a touch too far left. He'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
Back over to the third, playing with Mark Warren. This is Paratore.
Oh, he smashed that. If you hit that hard, just go straight at it. Just putting into the green.
For birdie at 4.
Up the hill for Keimer. Didn't quite hit it. Frustrating.
There's nothing there.
Nothing. It almost feels like helping, but yeah, there's nothing.
Okay. Misses at that bunker again, eh?
Bunker's fine, yeah.
318 for McIntyre here at 5. He just waited for the green to clear. I don't think he can get here. A little bit downhill, about 40 yards short. It will shoot forward. But I think he'll need it.
Well, scampers into that greenside bunker, but it's got a good lie.
Down the hill for Willet. We've seen this putt. And he's come close. First 4 holes, Willet. I think that was probably his worst effort.
Centre of the fairway. Back over at 5 for Lee here. Just a 337 off the tee. Big hitting group. He can get there. Needs the flight hit from 300.
Set. Set. Set.
That's getting it to set. That's a great shot. Great shot. Now, Tong, what about swinging looking down on your shadow? Did that ever bother you, Jamie?
Oh, yeah, I hated that. I thought everybody does. Sitting home watching this, it's not easy. 630 yards and they're getting it on this green comfortably. I'm struggling with that. Anthony Wall.
See how that one came on? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you could read what it said on the shaft, the decal on the shaft and on your downswing, though, so I'm not surprised you're struggling to see hitting to the green there in 2.
Thomas Pieters to climb to 2 under par.
Temperament and patience, huge this afternoon around this golf course because of the early
AP World Tour Championship.
Didn't hang back on that. Pieters. Perfect spot.
Still think, yeah, left edge of trap. It's still 340, 330 on that line. Yeah, perfect.
Once upon a time, Danny was a fader. Now he's a drawer. The bunkers, they're only out there about 240, so don't worry about those. There's one down the right-hand side. I think that's out of play. That's more in play for the front tees. 2 big hits to reach. Winging this down the left, going against that draw, trying to peel one off.
Yeah, another nice swing, Jamie. Tends to drive that club with a speed of just over about 112 miles an hour. Around about the 300-yard mark. Not as fast as Pieters, obviously.
Italy's Lorenzo Scalise is coming towards the end of his rounds. Just got himself in a nasty spot there at 17.
He's lengthened his swing like same sort of length as he possessed back in the day when he first came back on tour. That length of swing was more like when he won the 2 majors and when he didn't try to draw it.
Yeah, I think always a good idea just to stick to the shape of shot that you see. There's a tremendous amount of confidence when you know that one side of the golf course is out of the equation. You can start to open up your shoulders and hit it a good bit harder, just as Wayne was saying.
Good lie for McIntyre at the 5th green. Well bunkered, this golf course. In truth, 1 or 2 aren't really in play, but this is a good par 5. I agree with Jamie Spence. I didn't expect to see them reach this green so easily. I like this bunker shot here for McIntyre. Not a real issue. The only problem maybe, pins at the back. Easy to go long. But it's a good number. 26, 28 yards roughly. So when you get a good lie, this one's not too difficult.
Yeah, totally different sand.
Issue, the only problem maybe, pins at the back. Easy to go long. But it's a good number. 26, 28 yards roughly. So when you get a good lie, this one's not too difficult.
Yeah, totally different sand to what we're going to experience next week.
The lockdown regained him his playing rights out here on the European Tour.
Good lie for Højgaard. Maybe just a fraction into the grain on the first bounce. That's the only issue here.
Yeah, that just jumped out at him. He just got a little bit too much of that. Maybe he's expecting the grain to grab it, but it didn't.
Saw the chip. Par putt for Scalise at 17. Second bogey of the day it's going to be for the Italian. He's going to fall back to 6 under par, which is carrying in a share of 5th place, but 5 behind our leader Andy.
Surprised at 630 yards.
Well, if anybody can do it, this man, first man in the European Tour to have 3 in the 1 round. 2019 Saudi International, not to be.
Nice to see him playing well again, though, isn't it? Because he's a bubbly sort of character. He's clearly a talent, and he's good for the game of golf. Ollison with a birdie putt at the 4th.
Well, the first move is to under par, which is the important way.
And from one Dane to another, this is the new generation. Højgaard.
Tough one to judge here, Dom, for Højgaard, coming through the fringe. Good surface, but a bit of a grain change. So this one's left to right. With his length, be giving one away to the field if he misses this.
On the move straight away. It's actually quite lightly raced over the last couple of months on the European Tour. He went over to the States, played a tournament on the PGA Tour where he made the cut.
Deceivingly long McIntyre, but he's a good 15 yards short of these two. I actually hit a big raking draw. Now this one's right to left for the left-hander. Good chance up the hill.
Couldn't quite see. I thought that went in, and then his reaction told me it hadn't. So just hidden by the caddies. So we remain 1 under par. A couple of birdies for McIntyre. I'm giving him this one.
Well, you get plenty of sunscreen on. Not used to these 30-degree temperatures up there in Argyll and Butte.
Yeah, up in Oban, in north of Scotland, it's not 30 degrees today.
Might be Fahrenheit.
Here's Pep Anglis with an outside chance of making a 2 at the par 3. 8th up over the hump, down it goes.
Willet, with his best, he might get front edge. But I've got him coming up 10 yards shy. Same deal for Martin. That's not the best of leaves where Danny hit that. Being a fader, Martin, the best place you want to leave it is right. It'll open up the angle with the flag being back left. That's just fine, and it's good it's in the rough. We'll get to that. I'll explain that later. But that's a good spot. Pieters can reach. Back to the flag, I've got him 312. Setting up to the right-hand side, trying to play a sling right to left draw. He's a big old long hitter. He'll need his best.
What a great shot from Pieters. 312 yards, as Radar said.
3 iron for me.
Yeah. 2 of them.
Now 28 years of age, Thomas Pieters. He's a 4-time winner on the European Tour. 46th on the race to Dubai.
Three-wood for Lee, just gently drifting up the hill here at 6. It's a fairway to find. 4 bunkers on it. Pretty wide this week. Not really testing them off the tee.
He won the Dubai Desert Classic a couple of years ago, 2018, holding off Rory McIlroy in the last round. Broke into the top 50, became the first Chinese player to do so.
Kiss of death. I think that's in the left-hand bunker. 3-wood for Højgaard. Just aiming up the right. Just draw it a little bit into the camber of the left side. Just some subtle changes of elevation this week, which gives the players something to think about.